Hi kids! How are you today? I hope you are doing great. Welcome to another day of learning for me. I am your teacher, Ma'am Sheila B. Belda, and I will be discussing with you another topic in English 5. And this is all about grammatical features in clear and coherent sentences. At the end of the lesson, you are expected to determine the features and uses of subject-verb agreement, kinds of adjectives, coordinating and subordinating conjunctions, and adverbs of intensity and frequency, and compose clear and coherent sentences. And recognize the importance of using appropriate grammatical structures in composing statements. Sentences are important features of language. As a second language learner, you must learn the different conventions of writing sentences. You should aim to be able to compose clear and coherent sentences using appropriate grammatical structures such as subject-verb agreement, kinds of adjectives, subordinating and coordinating conjunctions, and adverbs of intensity and frequency. And now, let us examine the sentences below. Cats and dogs love to run. He doesn't like chocolate. Her friends or Sarah excel at volleyball. Each of these have been ruined. Pants are baggy now. The students as well as the teacher are nervous about the test. The news are on at 10 o'clock tonight. My friends are a lot of fun. Mathematics is hard for many. And the director with all the cast members works very hard. Now, for learning task 1, classify the sentences above as to correct and incorrect in terms of subject-verb agreement by placing the letters in their appropriate columns. Write your answers in your notebook. Learning task 2. Choose the letter of the correct answer. Write your answers in your notebook. For learning task 3, supply the correct aspects of the verb for the following sets of sentences. Write your answers in your notebook. Now, let's discuss about the subject-verb agreement. Subject-verb agreement portrays particular rules in terms of agreement between the subject and the verb. The subject and the verb of the sentence must agree in number. If the subject is plural, then the verb must be in its simple form. If the subject is singular, then the verb must be in its S form. Always remember, the subject must always agree with the verb. Thus, agreement. The subject and the verb must agree with each other in number. Perhaps the most important thing for you to know is that singular verb or singular verbs end with S, with the exception of I, am, and you are. Second person singular. If the subject is plural in number, it takes the simple form of the verb. How to make the subject and the verb agree with each other? Just follow these simple steps. First, identify the subject of the sentence. Second, decide if the subject is singular or plural. Lastly, decide which verb or which verb form will match with the subject. Let us analyze the examples below. The boy, singular subject, watches as form of the verb. So the boy watches the movie. Why as form of the verb? Why watches? Because the boy is a singular subject. Number 2, the boys watch the movie. The boys is a plural subject, therefore the verb must be in its simple form, watch. The rain falls at a steady rate. Rain is singular, so the subject must be in its S form of the verb. So the rain falls. The drops, plural, so the drops of the rain fall. Fall is our simple form of the verb because we have the plural subject drop. The drops of the rain fall at a steady rate. Number 5, Jack, which is singular subject, enjoys as form of the verb playing golf every Sunday. So always remember, in the present tense, nouns and verbs form plurals in opposite ways. Nouns add an S to the singular form. Verbs remove the S from the singular form. Let's proceed to kinds of adjectives. Number 1, descriptive adjectives tells us about the kind or quality of a noun, for example. Number 2, demonstrative adjectives point out nouns. They are always followed by the nouns which they point out. We have here examples. We have the this, that, these, and those. So for this indicates a singular noun that is nearby. That indicates a singular noun that is far away. These indicates plural nouns that are nearby. And those indicates plural nouns that are from a distance. Examples: I used to like this bag. That car is expensive. These collections have been here since 1992. Can you pick those toys you played in your home? Number 3. Possessive adjectives show possession. They are always followed by a noun. A possessive adjective, also called a possessive determiner, expresses possession. Let's proceed now to conjunctions. Conjunction is a word that joins words, phrases, clauses, or sentences. There are 2 kinds of conjunctions, such as coordinating conjunctions and subordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions connect words, phrases, and clauses. There are 7 basic examples of coordinating conjunctions, and these are for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. Just remember the acronym Fun Boys. So we have here coordinating conjunctions, each meaning and examples. Coordinating conjunctions for, meaning because. Example: I need to find a new job, or I am unemployed. And in addition to, I have 3 dogs and 2 lovebirds. Nor and not. Neither Mario nor Maria was at the school yesterday. but, however. I watch TV on Saturdays, but I don't on Sundays. Or either we can eat fried chicken or pork adobo. Yet, but. Romano is sick, yet he is still working. So, therefore, Bong was so hungry, so he ate all the food cooked by his mother. Subordinating conjunctions connect independent clauses to dependent clauses. They help show a relationship between two clauses involving a transition of time or space or place. It also establishes relationship between two ideas. These conjunctions are used to join two clauses together that are grammatically unequal. In other words, the clause without a conjunction, the independent clause, is able to stand alone, while the clause that contains the conjunction, the subordinate clause, cannot. Examples of subordinating conjunctions we have after, although, as, because, before, even if, even though, if, in order that, once, provided that, rather or rather than, since, so that, then, that, though, unless, until, when, whenever, where, whereas, whenever, whether, while, and why. Let's move on to adverbs of intensity and frequency. An adverb of intensity gives information about the degree. Adverbs of intensity can describe a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. They may be classified as strong, medium, and weak. Study the given examples below. We have strong, medium, weak. For strong, we have the extremely, completely, totally, absolutely. Medium, rather, pretty, quite, fairly. And for the weak, slightly, a bit, not at all. Examples. Number 1. We watched a totally exciting film. That is an example of an adverb of intensity, strong. Number 2. However, my friend said it was fairly interesting. Fairly is medium. Number 3. But Mika said that it was a bit boring. Bit is weak. Note that we can determine the feeling of the speaker as strong, medium, or weak, depending on the adverb intensity used in the sentence. Adverb of frequency. An adverb of frequency tells how often something happens, either definite, exact, or indefinite, does not specify exact times. Adverbs of frequency are often used to indicate routine or repeated activities. Adverbs such as always, hourly, weekly, daily, yearly, sometimes, often, seldom, frequently, never, and rarely are some of the examples. Examples: we attend Mass weekly. My family always prays that this pandemic ends soon. Learning task 4. Choose the correct form of the verb to complete each sentence. Write your answers in your notebook. Learning task 5. Copy the adjective in each sentence and identify its kind. Write possessive or adjective of number. Write your answers in your notebook. Learning task 6. Circle the demonstrative adjective that best completes its sentence. Write your answers in your notebook. Learning Task 7. Combine the sentences using appropriate coordinating conjunctions. Use fanboys, for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. Write your answers in your notebook. Learning Task 8. Underline the conjunction used in each sentence. Identify if it is a coordinating or subordinating conjunction. Write your answers in your notebook. Learning Task 9. Circle the subordinating conjunction in each sentence. Write your answers in your notebook. For Learning Task 10, the exercise below will help you gain better understanding about adverbs of frequency. Choose the best answer to complete each sentence. Write your answers in your notebook. Learning Task 11. Fill in the blank with an adverb of intensity. Choose from the given adverbs. Write your answers in your notebook. Learning Task 12. Subject-verb agreement. In your notebook, write at least 2 paragraphs to a school head describing a new club or school program that you like to see started. Explain the purpose of the club or program and how it would benefit the school. In every paragraph, use 3 sentences with correct subject and verb agreement. Underline every verb and box the subject. Learning Task 14. Study the underlined adjectives in these sentences. Write DES for descriptive, write DE for demonstrative, and N for adjective of number, PO for possessive, I for interrogative, and write your answers in your notebook. Learning Task 15. Answer the following. Write the correct coordinating conjunction. Choose from, for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. Write your answers in your notebook. Learning Task 16. In your notebook, copy and circle the subordinating conjunctions. For Learning Task 17, in your notebook, compose compound and or complex sentences using the given adverbs below. And for Learning Task 18, underline the subject twice and underline the verb once. Write your answers in your notebook. For Learning 19 or Learning Task 19, sort out the adjectives in the word bank below using the graphic organizer. Write your answers in your notebook. Learning Task 20. In your notebook, combine the short sentences using appropriate subordinating conjunctions to create complex sentences. And Learning Task 21, in your notebook, write a paragraph about the activities you have done during the quarantine. Remember to use any of the adverbs of intensity and frequency. Subject-verb agreement portrays particular rules in terms of agreement between the subject and the verb. The subject and verb of the sentences must agree in number. If the subject is plural, then the verb must be in its simple form. If the subject is singular, then the verb must be in its S form. Descriptive adjective tells us about the kind or quality of a noun. Meanwhile, possessive adjectives show possession. Conjunction is a word that joins words, phrases, clauses, or sentences. There are two kinds of conjunctions, and these are the coordinating and subordinating conjunctions. An adverb of intensity gives information about the degree, while an adverb of frequency tells how often something happens. Either in, definite, exact, or indefinite does not specify exact time. For learning task 22, choose the letter of the best answer and write your answer in your notebook. Learning task 23, choose the letters of the best answers. Write your answers in your notebook. Learning task 24, complete the sentences using the coordinating conjunctions and, but, or, for, nor, and so. Write your answers in your notebook. Learning task 25, read each sentence, determine the subordinating conjunctions used. Write your answers in your notebook. And for learning task 26 in your notebook again, rewrite the sentences by placing the adverbs in their correct positions. I am happy, always, so we have I am always happy. For learning task 27, choose the letter of the best answer to complete each sentence. Write your answers in your notebook. That's all for now. See you next time.